G'day folks, this is Raymond Foster. Hope you're doing great. I recently asked people to give me arguments that they've heard, arguments against Australia Day. I said that if folk do this, I will give them a response to this argument, which will always win, no matter the situation, no matter who it is. In fact, I didn't make this point, but I will now. These arguments are the only successful arguments which can beat the arguments put forth against Australia Day. An individual, as you can see here on the screen, has put forward this argument. So, to begin, in regards to the first aspect of the argument, so somebody says to us, Aboriginals were the first people in Australia, and that's their argument against Australia Day. What do we say, or what do you say to this? What is the only argument that beats this? That is anti-white bigotry, anti-white hatred, straight from the anti-white narrative. So, nobody can argue against that. I'd love to see you try, alright? That's just the facts of the matter. The continent, the land itself, obviously Aboriginals were here first. They're the native peoples, they were here first. Anyone says otherwise, they're retarded. But the place called Australia, not the continent, not the land, the actual nation, our white homeland, Australia, okay? Built by the very hands of my family, alright? My ancestors built this country from the ground up. Convict blood, mate, convict blood. From the first fleet, alright? I go all the way back. So my family literally built all of this with our bare hands, okay? So it's very evil to try to steal that from a people and say that it's not ours, or that we weren't the first, we weren't the creators, the inventors of Australia. Okay, so that's the basic premise there. Aboriginals were the first on the continent, but whites were the first in Australia, because we built Australia. We literally invented it and built it from nothing. So how could anyone else have been here before us when we're the ones that built it with our own bare hands? Alright? If you go out and you build something, right, and then someone else rocks up in what you've built, you're the original inhabitant. It's your home, you built it. It's your creation. That's the same as Australia for the white race. Again, the continent, the land, obviously the Aboriginals were first, but they weren't the first in Australia, and only anti-white bigots will say that. All those villainy signalling with those anti-white ideas who want to promote that abuse of innocent children. Alright? Argument 2. Shouldn't celebrate Invasion Day. Why? Because this is a celebration of whites stealing land from Aboriginals. How do you argue against this? Very simple, very quick and easy, and it's done with. Okay? That's disgusting anti-white bigotry. Imagine if I said Dreamtime, okay, something that's Aboriginal culture that they celebrate. Imagine if I just started making up that it represents and it's a celebration of the rape of children. It's just Rainbow Serpent is just the celebration of child molestation. So we got to destroy Aboriginal culture because I said this is what it means. Absolutely disgusting. Anyone saying anything like that should just be ignored because they're bigots, they're vile, it's disgusting, evil. The same thing if you say it against any people, doesn't matter what race they are. So if you say it against white people and say that Australia Day is a celebration of anything but what we say it is, you're a disgusting bigot, and it's the same as saying that the Rainbow Serpent is a representation of child molestation, so we got to stop all Aboriginal culture. Alright, you don't get to decide what other people's cultural celebrations mean to themselves and their people. Alright? As an Australian, I get to decide what Australia Day means. Alright? It's a celebration of love. There's nothing to do with invasion. Alright? I'm telling you that right now. So if anyone says that, they're lying, they're a bigot. Simple. Done. If you have any other arguments against Australia Day, keep them coming, and I'll give you the exact arguments to destroy them and make yourself look like the good guy, and anyone who opposes you looks like a disgusting, racially discriminating bigot who wants to harm innocent children. So everyone's going to agree with you and support you, or they're going to make themselves look like, scum of the earth. And we want them to do that. Those who are consciously wanting to promote white erasure and destroy Australia Day to actually harm innocent children, they'll stand by those, that intention, and they'll tell the whole world that they want to abuse innocent children. And that's the only reason they oppose Australia Day. And everyone else will just stop opposing Australia Day. Take it easy.